you think?
They're so cool.
What, Medicaid, what do you think?
Awesome.
Reed, you ever seen a bobcat before?
I never seen one.
You saw that one? That was pretty cool. I've got 3 wholesale deliveries to do today, and I'm going to try to work in 2 prospects. One is a butcher shop, the other is like an Amish market, country market type thing. And pretty standard. I've got a wholesale price flyer, a business card, and an envelope. I've got a nice little bag with samples of a sample bottle of all 4 of my sizes, so it's got all the information they need, my case packs, what the wholesale cost is. I've got the markup and the margin on there, so we'll see. Hopefully at least one of those will work out. I'd like to work with both of them. I've been putting a lot of time and energy into getting ready to starting the application process for groceries, major groceries. That's a process, I tell you. One of them I'm okay to apply, but the next review period isn't until next May, so I can't apply until next May. So got a long time to make sure I'm ready for that. The other one, I had to get a Dun & Bradstreet number, which is like a business credit score. I had to get registered with them to even get into their system to begin talking about them carrying my honey. It's a frustratingly long process working with those bigger guys, but they can move volume, and that's what I need. Right now, things have been going well, I would say, this year. I am getting by, and that's good. But I don't feel like I'm getting ahead all that fast. I'm just getting by. So 2024, hoping I can start to get ahead. I did start bottling in a new size. That's a 5.5 ounce square glass. I think it looks nice. I handed that to my sister-in-law, and she said, "Oh, that's cute." And I said, "That's the reaction I'm looking for." And I handed it to my wife, and she said, "That would be a great stocking stuffer." And I said, "That's also the reaction I'm looking for." So I think that'll do pretty well, especially right now. You just need December the 5th right now. So I got those to my friend at church, young man that's starting a photography business, and I've had him take light box photos of all of our honey bottles to give him a little business, and he does a good job with it. So he got those done. I got that threw up on the website this morning, rolling it out to our retail partners first, sending emails and messages to them to see if anybody wants them. I think my wife released it on Facebook today. I look at Facebook, but I don't post on Facebook a lot. I I don't know. I'm not real big on social media, which is kind of strange to say since I have a YouTube channel. But I don't post that much on Facebook. My wife does almost all of that. If I post on Facebook, it's usually a meme, a funny meme, or a sarcastic comment. I like to aggravate Corey Stevens and Ian Stepler and Craig Midget and Byron Ferris, all my beekeeping buddies. I like to post sarcastic remarks on their channel, on their pages. Here's the meter cover. I'm no plumber, but I'd say the problem's right here. Well, I had high hopes of being super productive this week. Monday and Tuesday, I got a lot done. Delivered 3 orders of honey, bottled a bunch of stuff, did some prospecting. That was Monday. Tuesday, I was super productive. Wednesday, I'm sick as a dog all day. Negative for COVID. I guess it's just a head cold the kids gave me. I don't know. I'm operating at like 5% efficiency. Now it's Thursday. I feel a little better. You know, I'm like 40% efficiency, maybe. I might be stretching it some. Got a leak at the water meter. We had a pond up here this morning. My wife saw the water bill was coming in today, and it is astronomically high. So I came up to the meter to look for a leak. My house is way down there. This is up by the road somewhere. It's cold. I've had my hands down in that well trying to get that thing turned off. I've got a water meter wrench, T-handle wrench. The last time I saw it, my daughter was trying to use it as a pogo stick, and I told her to go put it back where she found it, and I have no idea where it is now. I can't ask her, she's at day school. Fun stuff. Down at the campground by the river that I made, doing some off-season work. We've got a big red oak that's down, blocking access to part of a field, so cutting that up. I just took a 16-foot cattle panel, kind of wired that into a circle, wired that onto a pallet, pitch firewood in it, and you can put roofing metal over the top, let it dry out in there, then move it around with the tractor wherever you need it to go. So I'm filling up our firewood stack down here at the campground, and then I've got to fill that up again and go fill up the firewood stack at my house, and then I'll probably fill it up again and just let it dry out. Good time of year for that. It's 45 for a high today. Had this big red oak go down in a spring storm. It's blocking access to this field over here that I need to bush hog. So it's got to come down. Might as well use what I can. I got one log here that I can probably sawmill, get a few boards out of that. Most of it's firewood. It's more winter's work here. Got a brush pile that needs burning. I've got trees growing up in it. I've let this field go fallow and trying to get asters growing in it, which this is a success. That's goldenrod. Got frostweed, wingstem, all that stuff, but this got a little far gone. I've got trees coming up in it that are just about too big to bush hog. So I'm bush hogged what I could. Some of it's pretty rough, but I'm going through and getting the trees that I skipped, cutting them off at ground level and putting Tordon on the cut stumps. I think I'm going to put a nuke yard in here that'll force me to maintain it. And there's plenty of stuff for them to orient on. There's old horse-drawn farm equipment and stuff growing up in those briars. A lot of stuff for them to orient on, trees and bushes. And it's an unused spot. I mated queens out of that yard there last year, but access is easier back here. Winter's work. All the projects that you skip all year long because you're too busy with the bees, all come due at the same time. It's in the low 50s, so I'm doing a round of oxalic acid on this yard. I'll get around to the rest of them this week, but I've got to take a trip tonight and tomorrow. So I've been picking up the backs and weighing them. I added a little bit of fondant to some. On a day this cold, they like to stay clustered, especially the small ones. It makes you kind of pessimistic about them. You think, man, my bees look terrible. But then you come back on a warm day and they look great. So it's just part of it. So I treated this yard with oxalic acid 2 days ago. This is the first yard I've treated in December. I'll get through all of my hives in December, probably at least twice, and then maybe once in January, or do 3 treatments all in December. But I want to follow up and look at bottom boards just to see what my mite counts look like. Little dots there, mites. So for a hive that small, it's a few. This one is really clean. That's good. These aren't mites here. There's something else. Maybe bee poop or something. I don't see any on that. So here's the worst hive in the entire operation. I don't know if they're going to make it through winter or not. They did have bees in here the other day. So they've had several rounds of oxalic. They've had formic. I don't know if they're going to make it. It's quite a few. The white there is fondant that's falling down through the frames. Not a problem on this one. This is a good hive here. I like them. So they've got a red pen. They've got a red pen. I'll leave that the way it is. They're not going to be in the breeding program. They've got a red pen. I'll plan on moving these red pen hives out of here. They're in a drone flooding yard right now, and I don't want them to have the ability to mate with virgins in spring, so I'll move them to an out yard. That also worries me a little bit because I'm concentrating my problem genetics into certain yards. But, you know, I can requeen those and deal with that. I'd rather get the better queens mated, stronger queens, then I can deal with the problems. I don't want my problems to wash out what I'm trying to do. Oh, it's good to be in a bee yard. I think it's 58 degrees right now, sunny. It's a little windy. I haven't been lit up yet though, so that's good. It's peeking into a few hives. This is interesting. We have a lot of ladybugs here. Lots and lots and lots. They invade our houses every year right around November the 5th. Give or take, a week. Usually give or take 2 or 3 days. It's usually right around November 5th they start coming in. And they have invaded the upper lid on this hive. I don't think they're a problem for the colony. They just stay here all winter long and then they'll leave in the spring. Interesting. I don't know if those are ladybugs or Asian beetles or what, but we got tons of them. So this little nuke here had eaten an entire fondant patty, which was right on top of the cluster. And I'm gonna give them another one. So this is a little nuke that I've got wintering on top of a double screen board. So I'm using a big strong colony underneath. The heat rising through that double screen helps keep this small nuke warm. And it's amazing to me how much more active they are at 58 degrees than they were at 58 degrees. These bees over here are clustering. They weren't doing anything until I made them. Until I made them move with smoke so I could change out their fondant patty. These girls are foraging. They're getting out and sending foragers out, so their nest is considerably warmer than my other little nukes. Just interesting. This is a good way to get some weak colonies through winter if you want to nurse them.
Look at you go! Keep going, yay! Way to go, Maddie Kate.